Hi class, it's Mr. Steinbeck again. I wanted to talk to you guys one more time before you guys moved on to 5th grade, so congratulations, and I hope you guys do well in 5th grade. I wanted to talk to you about a topic that is important in the Central Valley. It's smog and pollution. And so, you guys may learn this in 5th grade. You guys will start in 6th and 7th grade for sure. And then going on to 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, you will definitely learn a lot more about this. And so, who here knows another name for water? How about H2O? Who's ever heard of H2O before? Well, H2O can be written as a what we call in chemistry an equation, and it looks something like this: H2O. Now, that 2 stands for two hydrogens, or H. And then the O, there's no number next to it, so it's one oxygen. And so H2O is water. And then when you get a bunch of these together, this is one molecule. And molecule is very small, it's one element. And so when you get a ton of these together, for example, if you have a cup of water, that is about 1,000 of these together. And so what happens is when you have them together, they make a shape. Now this shape, the H2O, actually looks kind of like Mickey Mouse's. And so there you go. You see there's two hydrogen connected to one oxygen, H2O. So let's just review that you have H2 because you have two H's and then one O, so H2O. And so what happens is I'm going to start talking about my pollution now. So when we pollute the air, we have all these bad molecules that float up into the sky. And when they float up into the sky, we have something called the ozone. And the ozone, what we do is we have the sun, and you see some rays coming from the sun, and it hits the ozone, and the good ones go through, and the bad ones go back to space. Well, when oxygen, and remember nitrogen, oxygen, and a couple other things make up the air we breathe. Well, and this is an example, this is not the full truth. I'm just going to use this as an example. So, when you have water, H2O, goes up into the ozone, and water doesn't do this, but this is the oxygen and the nitrogen. It breaks up into the three pieces right here. Two H's and one O. They're separated. So we go from this whole one right up here to these three broken ones right here. And then after it goes back up in the air and breaks apart, then it comes back together and becomes oxygen again. Or in this case, it would become water again. Well, what happens is when we pollute the air, and all the stuff on Earth that we use that pollutes the air goes up there, and it taints. And taint means it makes it bad. It's no longer good. And so it taints the molecules that broke it apart. So when they try to come back together again, they try, and when they can't bond, they can't stick together, so they fall apart. And then they stay separated. And what that does is it tears a hole in the ozone. It tears a hole in the ozone right here. And when it tears a hole in the ozone, these bad rays can now make it through the ozone, and it comes to the earth and hurts us. And so I just wanted to let you know that this is actually a very important topic, and I'm going to be doing some research this summer to help try to stop pollution and to try to fix the ozone. But you can do your part too. And so I want you guys to think, next time you see a piece of trash sitting on the ground, or you see somebody throw something, pick it up, or maybe tell them, let's try to protect our Mother Earth and keep the place clean. Because when you're like me, when you get older, then you can do something and help clean the earth with science. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and congratulations, I'll see you guys next year, hopefully. Mr. Steinmack, out.